This is Luke chapter 21, and we're going to read from verse 5 through to 19. And while some were talking about the temple, that it was adorned with beautiful stones and votive gifts, he said, "As for these things which you are looking at, the days will come in which there will not be left one stone upon another, which will not be torn down." They questioned him, saying, "Teacher, when therefore will these things happen? And what will be the sign when these things are about to take place?" And he said, "See to it that you're not misled. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time is near. Do not go after them. When you hear of wars and disturbances, do not be terrified, for these things must take place first, but the end does not follow immediately." Then he continued by saying to them, "Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be great earthquakes and in various places plagues and famines, and there will be terrors and great signs from heaven. But before all these things, they will lay their hands on you and will persecute you, delivering you to the synagogues and prisons, bringing you before kings and governors for my name's sake. It will lead to an opportunity for your testimony, so make up your minds not to prepare beforehand to defend yourselves. For I will give you utterance and wisdom, which none of your opponents will be able to resist or refute. But you will be betrayed even by parents and brothers and relatives and friends, and they will put some of you to death, and you will be hated by all because of my name. Yet not a hair of your head will perish. By your endurance you will gain your lives." So the disciples come to Jesus and they're wondering, Jesus says the temple will be knocked down, and they say, well, when's all this happening? When are the last days happening? And Jesus, in his answer, he gives instructions to the disciples. And his first instruction is, see to it that you are not misled. I think elsewhere, in one of the other Gospels, it says, beware that you're not deceived. And the way in which we can not, if you like, beware of being deceived is that if we keep a humble heart and we honour his word. It's pride that goes before a fall. And we need to be the ones who are humbly looking into his word to see if what people say is true. And when you see people say, I'm the great prophet, I'm the great man, he says, don't go after them. And then he goes on and says, when you hear about natural disasters happening and wars happening, do not be terrified. Don't be terrified about these things. He says it's going to happen. Nation's going to rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There'll be earthquakes, there'll be plagues, there'll be famines, there'll be terrors, great signs from heaven. Don't fear. But then he says, before all these things, now I think he's specifically speaking to the 12 and perhaps the disciples that are there. And he says, they will persecute you, and you'll be they will deliver you to the synagogues and prisons. And this is what happened to the disciples. And they were brought before kings and governors. Read the book of Acts and you can find Paul there before kings and governors. And it will be an opportunity for you to for your testimony. And Jesus' instruction here is, so make up your minds not to prepare. That's interesting, isn't it? Prepare by not being prepared. So often we can think, well, I need to prepare myself. But here Jesus is saying, position yourself where you haven't prepared your speech, but you're relying on the Holy Spirit to give you the words to say. And he goes on and he says, people will betray you. If that happens to you, it's only what Jesus said would happen. And you'll be hated for my name's sake, and people will put some of you to death, which happened to most of the apostles. Yet not a hair of your head will perish. because he who endures to the end will be saved. To the point of martyrdom or to the point of natural death, he who endures to the end will be saved. And the Lord will protect us and keep us if we keep our eyes fixed upon him.